While the world was gazing upwards at the space race in the 1960s, another frontier, equally vast and mysterious, lay hidden beneath the waves, the ocean depths. This unexplored realm, filled with unknown creatures and potential dangers, captured the imagination just as powerfully as outer space. And one television show dared to take viewers on a weekly journey into this aquatic unknown aboard a vessel unlike any other. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, which premiered in 1964, wasn't just a nautical drama or a simple science fiction show. It was a thrilling blend of both, combining realistic for the time submarine operations with increasingly fantastical threats, all centered around the most famous fictional submarine ever created, the USS Seaview. Its appeal wasn't just the monster of the week. It was the cutting-edge technology, the palpable tension of deep-sea missions, the dynamic leadership, and the sense that humanity was pushing the boundaries of exploration and defense in a watery world teeming with both human and inhuman adversaries. The undeniable star of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea was the USS Seaview itself. More than just a mode of transportation, the Seaview was a character, a technological marvel, and the central hub for all the action and drama. Designed by the show's creator, Irwin Allen, based on his 1961 film of the same name. The Seaview was a sleek, futuristic submarine capable of diving to extreme depths, launching smaller vehicles, like the iconic flying sub a fan favorite introduced later, and equipped with advanced sonar, torpedoes, and mysterious scientific capabilities. The show masterfully used miniatures and studio sets to bring the Seaview to life, from its bustling control room filled with blinking lights and complex charts to the ominous sonar room and the pressurized escape hatch. Viewers were invited into this high-tech world, feeling the tension as the hull groaned under pressure or the red alert klaxons blared. The Seaview represented ingenuity, power, and humanity's relentless drive to explore and protect the last great frontier on Earth. Its unique design and capabilities were not merely incidental. They were fundamental to the storytelling, providing both the means for adventure and the vulnerability to the immense pressures and unknown dangers of the abyss. Piloting this magnificent vessel and guiding its missions were two contrasting, but equally capable leaders. Forming the central human dynamic of the show, Admiral Harriman Nelson, played with visionary intensity by Richard Basehart, and Captain Lee Crane, portrayed with steady competence by David Hedison. Admiral Nelson, the architect of the Seaview and head of the Nelson Institute of Marine Research, was the elder statesman, the brilliant scientist, and often the driving force behind the Seaview's missions, sometimes pushing the boundaries of safety in pursuit of scientific discovery or global security. Basehart brought a gravitas and a simmering intensity to Nelson, portraying a man burdened by immense responsibility and often grappling with the ethical implications of their actions or the sheer weight of the threats they faced. Captain Lee Crane was the younger, more conventional military commander, the man responsible for the day-to-day operations and safety of the Seaview and its crew. Hedison played Crane with a calm authority and a pragmatic approach, often serving as the voice of caution to Nelson's more audacious plans. The relationship between Nelson and Crane was the show's human anchor. It was built on deep mutual respect and loyalty, but often featured compelling dramatic tension born from their differing perspectives on risk, command, and strategy. Nelson was the visionary, Crane the implementer. Nelson the scientist, Crane the military man. Their debates and trust in each other, even when disagreeing, provided a crucial layer of human drama amidst the fantastical plots. Basehart and Hedison had excellent on-screen chemistry, making their command dynamic believable and engaging, portraying a partnership essential to navigating the treacherous waters they faced, both literally and figuratively. The threats faced by the Seaview and its crew were as varied and unpredictable as the ocean itself, evolving significantly over the show's 4 seasons. In its first season, filmed in black and white, the show leaned more into realistic for the time underwater espionage, featuring enemy submarines, spies, and Cold War-era tension. This grounded approach reflected the immediate geopolitical anxieties of the era. However, much like other Irwin Allen productions, Voyage soon embraced a monster of the week formula. Particularly after shifting to color in Season 2, the threats expanded dramatically to include giant sea creatures, squid, jellyfish, even lobsters, aliens from outer space who somehow ended up at the bottom of the ocean, prehistoric monsters, mad scientists, saboteurs, environmental disasters, and even supernatural entities. This shift created a sense of wild, unpredictable adventure. The crew never knew what bizarre menace awaited them in the deep. This blend of plausible enemy agents and wildly implausible giant, psychic plankton blob threats was a hallmark of the show and contributed to its unique identity. While some viewers might have preferred the more serious tone of Season 1, the later seasons offered pure, unadulterated adventure and spectacle, driven by the question of how Nelson, Crane, and the crew would possibly overcome the latest outlandish threat. It tapped into primal fears of the unknown depths and combined them with classic sci-fi tropes, delivering thrilling, if sometimes campy, entertainment. The show successfully maintained a sense of urgency and danger despite the repetitive formula, largely due to the charismatic leads and the inherent tension of being trapped in a metal tube miles beneath the surface. Thinking about the sheer variety of threats the Seaview faced, from the geopolitical to the purely monstrous, highlights the show's imaginative scope and its willingness to embrace the fantastical. If you're captivated by classic sci-fi adventure that isn't afraid to be bold and unpredictable, exploring shows like Voyage is a must. We love diving deep into the creative choices and wild concepts that define these eras of television. Don't get left behind. Hit that subscribe button to join our ongoing exploration of iconic shows and the strange worlds they presented. The show's visual style and special effects, while charmingly retro by today's standards, were impressive for 1960s television and crucial in creating the underwater world. The miniature work depicting the Seaview gliding through the water, navigating treacherous trenches, or engaging in battles was often quite effective and remains iconic. While the effects for the various giant monsters could sometimes appear less than convincing, often involving visible wires or rubbery textures, they were a part of the show's campy charm and contributed to the sense of encountering bizarre, unknown life forms. The sets, particularly the Seaview's control room and the ominous red alert lighting, built tension and immersed the audience in the high-stakes environment of the submarine. Irwin Allen's signature style, including the frequent use of stock footage woven into new scenes, was evident throughout, giving the show a distinct, if sometimes slightly disjointed, visual rhythm. Beyond Nelson and Crane, the supporting cast of the Seaview crew, though often less developed, provided a sense of a functioning unit. Characters like Chief Sharky Terry Becker and Kowalski Del Monroe were recurring presences, adding to the feeling of life aboard the submarine. Their loyalty and reactions to the often incredible situations added a layer of realism such as it was to the show's fantastical plots. The focus remained squarely on the command team, but the crew's presence reinforced the idea of a dedicated team facing the unknown together. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea was a significant success during its run, becoming a cornerstone of 1960s action-adventure and science fiction television. It capitalized on public interest in both undersea exploration and the burgeoning sci-fi genre. Its legacy is cemented by the iconic status of the USS Seaview and the memorable performances of Richard Basehart and David Hedison. While perhaps not always receiving the same critical analysis as contemporaries like Star Trek, Voyage offered a different kind of adventure, one rooted in the very real, yet still mysterious, environment of our own planet's oceans. Its blend of geopolitical tension, scientific wonder, and fantastical monster battles created a unique formula that entertained millions and influenced later depictions of futuristic submarines and underwater bases in popular culture. It remains a fondly remembered piece of television history, celebrated for its thrills, its charm, and its willingness to venture into the depths of both human conflict and imaginative absurdity. Looking back at the journeys of the Seaview, It's clear that Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea offered a unique window into a world that was and largely remains mysterious and full of wonder. It combined cutting-edge technology, human drama, and wild imagination to create an adventure series that was uniquely its own. It's a testament to the power of a strong concept and charismatic leads to carry a show through various tonal shifts and memorable, if sometimes less than convincing, monster encounters. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea and exploring what made the Seaview's missions so captivating, remember there's always more to uncover in the vast ocean of classic television. We love exploring these iconic shows and the indelible mark they left. Don't miss our future analyses. Make sure you've subscribed to join us for more explorations of classic TV's adventurous spirit and lasting impact. Now, engage the sonar, or your fondest memories of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Do you have a favorite episode, monster, or Seaview gadget? What do you think is the most enduring aspect of the show's appeal? Share your thoughts, deep-sea memories, and opinions in the comments section below. Let's discuss why the Seaview's voyages still resonate with fans today.